Welcome back, everybody, to round 4 of your Buffalo Regional here in New York. And I got to say, Jesse, the weather is absolutely beautiful. I love the gray skies. I love the cold wind. I love that we're not in a hot, sweaty, unair-conditioned armpit of the Southwest. This whole event has been absolutely beautiful. And we have a little bit of beautiful information for the folks at home coming up.
Yes, we do have our breakdown here for the meta of this format. Not everything's about where expected, and then not where expected.
I mean, we definitely see some new faces. Not a ton of Guilty Gear characters showing up just yet, but Bridget making it on here. Devil Jin, not a surprise. Rodan is a little bit of a surprise. Usually Rodan is a consistent figure in Top Cut's high-level competitive play, but usually sit more around 2 to 3% of the player base. Hanji Zoe is a surprise to me personally, even though Hanji won Glasgow and proved it's still a real deck.
Yep.
I'm very, very shocked at how popular this character is, even, despite the success. Playing without 9 Titans, it still feels pretty rough.
Oh, yeah. That deck is still, I think Kevin Broberg's on that deck this weekend.
Correct.
And it is Hanjo, man. It's still there. It lost 4 cards, but guess what? It found 4 better cards, or it just took them out and it's like, all right, deck's still good.
Yeah, it's interesting because it feels like 9 Titans got everyone to play Hanji Zoe.
Yep.
And when you play it, you add in the Beast Titans Rock Barrage, you add in Titan Pile, you add in Falling Titans. And, it's funny, I talked to Kevin about it before, and I felt like a fraud because I talked about how this character really needs a 4 difficulty backup that is crazy good to be playable. And it turns out it actually got a lot of pieces over the course of 3 sets. It was that 4 difficulty backup that got everyone to try the deck, but now we've learned that these cards are still good even without that backup. So very interesting stuff there. Mikasa Ackerman, the newest member of our meta breakdowns, remaining very popular.
Also, Crystal Lens at 4.9%, and Izuku Midoriya on the move, which we're about to see in action here. We got a fun matchup.
Yeah,
because both these players are 3-0. We got Corey Nelson, tried and true on. He's been playing Midoriya on the move for quite a while now.
Pretty much the most unkillable character in Standard is what Corey Nelson's going to play.
Yep. But on the other side, we have one of the upstate New York regulars, Manny, who's on Sun Jinwoo, and we're going Monarch mode here.
Yeah, Sung Jinwoo got a huge boost with the experience bundle, and now May's undefeated going into round 4. So if Sung Jinwoo wins this matchup here, it'll mean that he's undefeated for more than half the event, which I gotta be honest, if you told me Sung Jinwoo was gonna go win 4 rounds in a row, I wouldn't believe you a couple months ago.
And this deck is very, I understand his deck is very well tuned. It is looking over the list here, comparatively, we're just playing all 4 X's of all of the new shift cards,
right?
Some Falling Titans, and that's it. And then it's just protection. We're playing 4 fill without main. We're just all right, I got this.
Yeah, I think these are actually going to be some pretty similar decks. They both seem focused on backups. There's a decent amount of damage reduction, and the 4 filled without is something you typically only see Hanjis get to do because Hanji Zoe gets to play a smaller attack count most of the time, and Falling Titans decks in general get to play smaller attack counts most of the time. So with a limited pool of shadow attacks, it's not that surprising to me that we're basically just playing all the experience bundle cards plus Falling Titans.
Yeah, and looks like we used grinding overtime as our XP, and we're as our spot here, and we flipped it over to a high orc because why not? Good start.
Yeah, and it looks like we have a Nonagon being built. There's a Guardian Angel of Chinatown. Really, really strong pieces here for the Deku deck. The Dekus typically try to build the big stage, kill you with one big attack, and having Guardian Angel of Chinatown to prevent the damage from being reduced is one avenue that you can use to cut off your rival's interaction. Not a lot of ways to reduce the speed on a flash attack without an enhanced step. Most notably, you have to be fire tuned to do that most of the time, which is one of the reasons I liked playing Hanji Zoe. So pretty interesting to see. We've got a deck that's very similar to the Hanji deck, and it doesn't have the fire symbol though, so it's going to have to find different ways to play defense.
And it looks like we are going to use we're going to play a Rage Riot from our discard pile. Let's get that. I'm going to bring that up here because this is one of our many new shift cards.
Yeah, Rage Riot's the 4 high for 7. After it deals damage, you build it transformed. This is by far, I think, the best of the new shadow attacks, of the new shift attacks in the experience bundle. I think before it came out, I told people what Sung Jinwoo really needs, if we're going to give him a backup game plan, is he's going to need a shift attack that will build itself transformed during the combat phase, clear the card pool, and ramp a backup. And that's what Rage Riot does. It just has to deal damage.
And that's the situation here. We're just like, hey, we're gonna put this in and protect ourselves. Well, let's see here. It's like we're just gonna. I mean, this is a 4 for 7. I like that there's these big attacks that are just like, hey, it's coming in. It's going to get shifted either way. Deal with it.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to see if this one deals damage. Looks like we're gonna commit for -3 speed. 1 high, easy to block.
And looks like we're getting a full block here. Nope, we took partial.
Nope, that is a partial block, unfortunately. So we're going to take, looks like we took the 4 damage, and the backup is going to transform, but not a huge punishment. No follow-up there, so the ramping the backup not going to be the biggest deal. It's just -1 difficulty to all the foundations you're going to build. And it looks like we're going to remove another card from the game here to level up. That's level 2 on the Shadow Monarch here. But Deku is probably going to do some leveling up of his own this turn by transforming.
Yeah, I expect. Yep, there we go. We're just going to go. We're turned over. Yeah, so looking at what we get here from the Shadow Monarch skill tree, we're on, like, you get a once per turn -2 damage for each shadow card in our staging card pool. On all we have -4 so far. We'll take that. But we're really trying to get to the big ones. We're trying to get to sacrifice a backup to draw a card, +2 or -2 speed. We're trying to, or even get to the top end where we're just like count up our shadow cards and just make a big attack somewhere. Especially when you're looping the Falling Titans.
Yeah, and it's really interesting too because the damage pump later on in the tree counts shadow cards in your stage and in the card pool. So just by playing a long string, you can try to get some pretty big damage bonuses. But we're gonna play another shadow attack from our discard pile here. This time I believe it's the throw.
Yes, this is the bear bite.
Bear bite
coming in.
I almost called it an old Miska attack.
Oh, I know. I would do
Miska
that
had
too.
so many of the bear or whatever attacks.
Yeah,
Canine strikes and things like that.
So this is a shift throw. After this attack is not block, your rival sacks a foundation. Like it's pokey. Most people are gonna block it, but you're still like, this is like the attack that when you get into the late game and you just start chugging through them, they're like, hey, this is
Right.
+6 damage, +8 damage, and you gotta eat something. You gotta take it.
Yeah, this one wears the late game damage pump the best, and playing 2 of them doesn't feel bad at all. One of these will probably end up in momentum, and the other will be the one that shifts and builds down. And now we see the flash coming in. Deku gets to draw a card, put this attack to 0 speed. Something tells me the speed isn't what we were looking for. We were looking for a potential out to the throw damage.
It looks like we're gonna block with a heat tackle. Take a little chip away and get in there, and then we just build out. Like, why? That sounds like the best thing to do here, because we're trying to just protect. We're just trying to protect ourselves And I love the idea of this, of the new, the Shadow Marjorie, of because you get to play the card from the discard pile, you have that extra card in hand to be able to then feed to keep your XP up.
Yes. Yeah.
You're not like playing double dungeon and trying to do the double XP play and try to jump a level when you need to. Look at this. We're just building backups. Like, all right. Because look at the other side. The other side of Bear is Tank Shadow Bear. E-commit -3 damage. Only playable if this backup isn't being attacked. It's like no loss of stamina. Just take less damage. And it just, like I said, adding it up to the rest of the tree, it just can really slow. It can slow a couple people down. I'm not saying it's the hopeful line, but we'll see.
Well, we got 4 backups in stage, and here comes a violent animus shot ready to get sealed.
Yep. But it's coming in +6. You did 2 activations?
Yep, it's going to have some solid stats, but not being able to remove a backup, not being able to draw the card, not being able to flash this attack might come back to hurt Corey. He committed a decent chunk of foundations, more than half his stage to play this attack in the first place. And now it's probably not going to do anything he wants, especially if the rival blocks it.
And it looks like we're just going to make it super slow and get 1 block off here. Like, all right, I'm going to throw everything in it, and we're going to Keikos. And now Corey's going to do a build out, which with this deck playing so few attacks because of its design, of this Deku for Deku, it just holds the board so well. Like, he's like, I'll play 1 attack. All right, it didn't do anything. I'll just build and Bass.
Yeah, I mean, typically that'd be real unfortunate. Deku's pretty strong defensively, so might not be the biggest deal in the world. But again, you committed 4 foundations to add to the form, and then you committed 1 to play the card. We could have a much healthier stage right here, and slowly but surely, Jinwoo is chipping away at Deku's health.
Yep, we're coming in with a chivalrous charge. This is another one of like, this deck gets +3 damage off 3 low for 7 on blitz, and if your rivals no cards in their hand, they draw 1. You're like, hey, I'm gonna give you 1 if you decided to go to nothing. It's just such a it's so interesting seeing like this deck didn't exist until essentially the bundle came out, and it's so cool that it synergizes so well.
Yeah, and I mean, the bundle gave it pretty much everything, right? Gave it the new skill tree that we're using. It gave it all the backups and pretty much all the attacks that we're using. Well, I guess I should say all the backups, but all the shift attacks that we're using. So here comes a Fajin Flurry as a block here. Taking another half damage on the throw. So hopefully, if you're a fan of Corey here, you're like, there's only 1 more throw left to be tossed at us, and we haven't gotten to the big damage level up yet, so not the most punishing.
Oh, we're gonna fire it off here. Yep, well, it looks like we're gonna go in for, we're gonna get because it looks like we also played, like, we played 3 attacks. We played a couple attacks here. I think we played a Shadow Sorcery in the middle of that too, just to add to this. And it's just like I said, we're just throwing stats.
Yeah,
and stats on a throw has been tried and true UniVersus.
Right,
and from the days of Legacy to the days now.
Well, that and the sacrificing the backups allows you to play them with the form again, right? If they're not already in the discard pile. So we'll see if there's maybe some sacrifice for some speed and draw. But a Fajin Flurry coming in here, making us take only half again. But
the thing is Banny's just slowly building out this board. And I mean, obviously, Corey could eventually hit inevitability. That's the one thing. But he hasn't hit. Looking over Corey's lineup,
if Corey had been able to hit with that first attack, right, bring his opponent down to 18, 19, 20, it would make the subsequent attack much cheaper. That's effectively 3 or 4 activations he wouldn't need. necessarily at this moment, but
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't hit a heroic passion yet.
okay.
Usually that's like one of the things that even when Deku goes into like kind of into the turtle mode,
Yes.
like plus two extra cards. It's always interesting. Like look at this. Like this does not look like a board you expect from the so like all these useful. They just all have all these extra abilities added to the board. I mean, looking at Shadow, the Shadow one does like remove add a spell attack from your discard pile. Only playable if this backup isn't being attacked. Like, and guess what? Many of these attacks are spells.
Yep. I think all of them but one.
Yep.
I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, the Shadow Sorcery is a spell. I think it's just Shadow Sorcery. You're literally going Shadow Sorcery. You're looping the Shadow Sorcery with it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought they were all spells except
nope.
Okay, well.
Me too. I thought they were too.
Interesting. So we got Fajin Flurry coming in here now.
Yep.
Fajin Flurry is going to generate itself a momentum. Then it can spend that momentum for a little bit more speed and then generate another one.
And we're just shrinking. We're going to start shrinking this down.
Kind of a free EX activation here.
So it's just like, all right, we're gonna slow this down to a crawl. What do you got? Like we just gotta push through this Fajit. That's really what we have to do at this moment. Because if we can stop. Because the objective right now is if Corey's not at the I can one shot you mode, he's definitely in the 1-2 punch situation.
Right.
Like making him have to continue to do a 1-2 punch line gives you an extra turn, and Vanny gets an extra turn. That's all he needs. Okay, we're gonna draw a card. Try to find the proper block here.
We're digging.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely looks like we are. Like we could just shrink this to 0. Like we like -2. We could just do that or once per turn. It's like all right, put it to 0. For all we know. Let's see here what we can do. I think we're deciding if we're going to block this, is really what it comes down to. Yeah, because Fajin has... There's a card... There's a couple of my locals who have been testing... Who are testing a deck, and one of the cards against Fajin I've been seeing is Drift.
Okay.
Because against Fajin...
Block on a 4.
Block on a 4. Like and you know what? It's not bad. It's a good line. It's a good line when you're trying to push through here.
Still on the Fajin Flurry.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to figure out what we're holding on. Like what's the slowdown? You know, sometimes you're just unsure. I think it's also it could be a fact that there's like I don't know, Chinatown's kind of Guardian Angel of Chinatown here could be doing something. Could be bringing this together. I wonder if I think Manny's doing some math. That's the only thing I could think of at this point.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. He's pretty committed out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is kind of in the unblockable range, too. Yeah, I think we're... Are we doing some numbers here? And I can't... I'm like, few things are getting checked, obviously. And I feel like a question's getting asked.
I mean... I'm asking questions.
Yeah, I'm they were going back and forth pretty steady for enhances on this, and then it's either we're waiting on Manny to make a play, or I guess we're throwing away a block. Okay, we're just gonna do a throwaway.
Okay.
Go to 14.
There we go. Easiest 7 damage of my life. Or 14, sorry. Was that 30 to 14?
30 to 14.
There we go. Easiest 14.
16.
16. I can't do math.
Oh, they had a judge call. Okay. There we go. We had a
That's
judge
what I
call.
was hoping for. I mean, we can't, we can see what everyone else sees,
Yep.
just their hands going back and forth. What was the judge call about?
The
did it say,
judge-
or did we just get they got
It was
a judge call?
the judge call. They didn't sure if they raided the night rests that were, and they had to review the footage and gave an extension. Okay.
Interesting.
So we're doing some check-in to see what's going on.
Yeah, so Night's Rest, you can commit it back up to Ray of this Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can E-commit for -2 speed, a really, really strong one in Sung Jinwoo specifically because of his ability to sacrifice backups that you commit to pay the cost.
Yeah, there's just so many. The thing is, like, this is one of those decks. It's like kind of, we're gonna launch the. Here we go. We're gonna come back in again with a Rage Riot, and we checked fine for it. I really wish I could figure out what XP level he is at. Have we gotten all the way to the max one yet?
Yeah, that would be something that I wish we could ask the judge.
Because it's just, I think, because the XP is right at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
So might have to want to verify which XP level he's at, because that is important to know. Because we're 1, 2, 3. Like, are we already at Monarch Domain? Like, that's what I want to know. If we're at the every attack is plus 6 damage yet. I think we are at that point. Because this started at 7. Oh, and looks like we are going to pick up. We're going to do the Chivalrous Charge pick up. We're going to enhance, pick up an attack again. I love that one. They're like, I'm just going to, I'll pick this back up. He's mine. We'll get this back in our hand. And we're going for a block here. And we're going to do a build down. Okay. All right, so we have confirmed we are at the max level for Dungeon. So all of these are coming in for. Yeah. So we're at plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 8 damage to every attack.
That's like 2 2/3 Godzillas.
Yeah.
That's way more than Godzilla.
Yeah, we are.
Nobody told me Sung Jinwoo could just be Godzilla.
Yeah, I know. And now it's like Corey has to block every attack here. Like 2 of these attacks are. Like he's got to have the right zones.
Yeah, and he's got to stop checking 3s. Yeah. Well, granted, one of these will probably get flashed, so he can block a bit better.
Yeah, there we go.
Speaking of.
And we're going to make it a high. Are we going to... I wonder if he has an Eerie Smiles in hand for this.
That's what I was about to say. You almost certainly expect the Airy Smiles if you're going to use the change the zone on response there, the infinite potential. Now we're going to flip a foundation, say, please play a non-attack. And how much you want to bet that that's the end of our turn here because we can actually see what's in his hand.
Yeah. So, but the best part is like Manny gets to bring down, we get to bring down one of the Chivalrous Charges. So we're going to pick it back up next turn. We're going to be able to play another form next turn. I think this next turn, we think we start launching bears. Like, get in there.
Yeah, plus 8 damage on throw seems like one of the best ways to try and beat the Deku deck, especially before it builds Mikasa defeats the female Titan.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I think there's a lot of, we need to verify what's happening here. And it looks like we're just, okay, I see what we did. We had I think he was asking, like, can I continue to level up? Because he had a item menu, I believe is what he just sent away. Yep. Okay, yep. So we are at max.
So you should be at level 5 now, right?
Well, there's only the Shadow Monarch only has, because you start with 1, and then there's only 3 levels. So you start at level 1.
Well, no, you don't start at level 1 with.
Oh, okay. So
you have to level up
4.
the first time, yeah. So
Yeah,
there's only 4? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, our production told us he was level 6, and I went, there's not 6 levels.
Yes.
So we were asking, what level is he at now? And they told us 6, so
all right.
That's not possible. I thought there was 5, but I guess it's the paragraph at the top.
Yep.
That's what I was reading, yeah. So Monarch Domain, that's level 4. That's the max level. And that's where we're at.
Okay. So we're about to explain what happens here. We did this a little too fast.
Yeah, so Corey gets to do all of his schmillion responses first. And then after all of that happens, then we get to the response on play part, which Corey could also get first response on play if he'd really like to.
Yep.
And then if this gets sealed, there is an enhanced step, but you still have to deal with all the stats involved.
Yes, that is true. Which, like, Manny's got, like, here's the thing is Manny, we do have the once perturbed -2 damage for each shadow card in stage. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We got -10.
-10 is pretty good, but there's a Guardian Angel of Chinatown in play.
Yep.
So that does effectively nothing.
Yep.
Because Guardian Angel of Chinatown does not say non-character card. One of the most ridiculous one diffs they've printed, and it's specifically ridiculous in this Deku deck.
Yep. We're still going to fire it off. I agree with this. This is the right play.
You still play to your outs.
Yes, we play to our outs. We're going to respond with Fill with Doubt, so we get rid of Flash. And I'm wondering what we have, what we can do here. Because we have Rest. Yep, we're going to clear the pool.
So you said we have a moment of rest?
We have not a moment of rest. I was reading through his cards he had on
a night's rest.
A night's rest. We have a night's rest.
So we have like minus, I think, 6 speed in play.
Yep.
Maybe more. Maybe a little bit more.
Like, we're gonna press every button. Like, you have to.
Right.
Because we're gonna activate those. We're gonna start committing
down to 14 speed. It looks like.
Yeah, down to 14.
13.
Speed. We're trying. I'm all for anybody playing to an out. Like, even a half block, just if you live on the half block, like, but this is a lot, obviously. Yep, we blow up 1 for. Yep, we'll blow up for -2 speed, draw card. So we're at 11.
This is looking just about blockable.
Yeah. I think we got it. I think we blocked it.
You gotta commit everything.
Commit everything. And then, commit everything. We have character up.
Oh, we get to keep our character. Okay, nice. This is okay.
So this holds us down.
A full block.
Yeah.
But does Corey have any follow-up?
Yeah, because...
Which is crazy that if he had just committed 2 more foundations, that wasn't blockable.
Yeah.
So a slight miscalculation on Corey's end there.
That is true. Because, like, look at Manny. Manny's, like, taking the breath, moving the arm here, like, trying to make sure he's feeling comfortable.
Yeah, and I guess if we'd committed 2 more foundations, we'd still have our character and 1 more foundation to pass the check unless those got readied at some point that I missed, like during the attack. But yeah, absolutely incredible stuff. I think that's the first time I've seen a Phantom Threat get sealed and then they had actually enough speed reduction. Yeah, I think I might have seen like a seal and then a moment of rest reset to printed once, but actually just fighting back on -2 speed effects over and over again is insane.
Yep.
And that shows you why this Sung Jinwoo deck is undefeated so far.
Yeah.
It's beating the meta threats. It's addressing the threats in the meta, and it's taking advantage of mistakes our rival might be making.
Yeah. I think you can underestimate this deck very quickly.
Very easily, yes.
Like, this is 3 low for 7. Like, hey, do you want to zone change this? I'm going to zone check you. That's a good thing all this deck does. It zone checks very well. Because I'm like, hey, I'm just going to throw low. Oh, now I'm going to throw high.
Yeah, if you ever get information on their hand, you can form to get the right zone you want. But I have to imagine a form into a throw would be the strongest play I think you could make right here. Essentially, it would force Corey to have some kind of throw hate in hand or something that seals an attack in hand.
Yeah, I think the best line we can do here. Yeah, we go. Yeah, we're gonna just pumps it. We're gonna force it down. We're just gonna for a damp. We're just gonna go pick it up. Pick another one up. Oh, we blew up. We blew it up to draw a card and +2 speed.
Yeah. Okay, here comes the block. Checks another 3. My goodness.
And we're gonna build down. So now we have the stop.
Now we have the answer for Filled with Doubt on a future turn, but we might not get a future turn, Jesse. This is Falling Titans on 7.
Yep. We're coming in, and now we're gonna commit these backups to ready this is Corey's got to get spicy here.
This is a deck archetype I thought was going to see more play than Night's Rest plus the backups with Falling Titans. I thought that was going to open up the backup game plan to a lot more decks than I guess it ended up doing. But Sung Jinwoo is going to be making great use of it here.
Yeah.
Although we didn't see him ready the Night's Rest.
Not yet. He hasn't. I don't think he's done. I think that one got flashed.
Oh, true. Yep.
Yeah. So now we have to play through this.
That's true. You don't normally see a Falling Titans get flashed.
No.
To be fair, that's not usually an attack that you care about flashing.
But now we're gonna ready up. We're gonna do our once turn readies.
You're gonna ready. Yep. There we go.
Like I never would have expected. There's a lot of cards from Critical Role that I'm always like, that's pretty cool. Never expected cool a Night's Rest to be one of them. I was like, that's a really cool limited card. That's a lot of fun. I'm like, nope, we are just gonna use this in this deck as a finish line. But if we just have to check back. There we go. We got another one in, and we're just pushing damage.
It looks like Corey has a high block, but he doesn't have any more speed reduction.
No.
So this is going to be on, I think, an 8, maybe a 9.
I think it's currently 6. Oh, we have to block with a Phantom Threat.
Oof. Well, Sung Jinwoo takes game one exactly halfway into the round. So Corey's got his work cut out for him. And, man, I mean, if he watches this one back, he's probably going to be kicking himself about not just committing 2 extra foundations. Make sure it's actually factually lethal, can't be reduced enough even through a seal, or maybe even just waiting one more turn. Maybe he was afraid of the big throw game because he was already about half health, but we had the stopping for breakfast in hand. We could have built that protection down and had a much stronger chance at winning the game next turn.
So we got some... May's got some interesting plays here in the sideboard. We got 2 rising uppercuts.
Okay.
You know what?
If you can change the zone of a Phantom Threat to high, that would be a game plan.
We got Dark Ward Genkais.
Okay.
I always like Genkais in this situation. 2 Heroes Upbringing.
Okay.
We got some things. We got lines here. I'm always for it. We'll see what we can do. Let's look over at Corey though. Corey's been playing this deck for so long. I always want to see because he always makes some little adjustments here and there.
Right. Yeah.
And
you got to update with the format. You have to adapt.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what he decided. We got another Namagon, an extra Sloppy for breakfast, an extra Special Forces. We're playing only one Genkai's between main and side. That's definitely brought our rice down. We got 2 extra Violent Animus, Frantic Rescue, and a Fill Without. That's about where I expected in this board to be. He was playing a lot. At one point, he was playing 3 Genkais. Because he just had to have ways to protect himself.
Which is tough. Genkai's, Deku might be one of the worst decks for Genkais, and it's one of the worst it's like one of the hardest things that he has to play around. So it's kind of funny that it's not a deck that wants to play it, and it definitely doesn't want the rival to play it. But I'd have to assume that the Genkai's is coming in here because you cannot rely completely on Filled Without.
No. You want to, or even better, you want to use the Filled Without to bait the stopping for breakfast, and then you go Genkai. Like, oh, I'll cancel out with your stop first. Like, okay, Genkai's.
Right.
Like,
well, were we talking about Corey's side?
Oh, I was talking about, but Manny has that. Both of them have that. Like, they're.
Oh, that's true. Genkai's has like 5 symbols on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, they both have it. Like, Genkai's was. Remember when that card came out and everybody just played like 3x of it? It was like 3 or 4x, and we're like, oh, this is just
it was very popular. Yep. And then you would lose the game anyways because you had no stage.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Also, at the Atlanta regional, Phil Birch went down to 1 foundation because he multiple Genkai's and then won the event. Like, we have plays here. Manny's gonna go for the build out.
Well, luckily Rodan blocks on a 1 and maybe a 2 if it's a tough one. So
that is true.
Rodan doesn't use foundations for blocking.
Rodan don't need no foundations.
Yeah.
We get the build
double
out.
Desperate Plea. You love to see it. And a level up. Okay. Great first turns for Manny here. Yep. I mean, he's got solid builds both games. He's got level ups on the first turn both games.
Yeah, level up on the first turn is very important. I think getting the first one, get the chain. You need that.
You need some text.
Yeah.
You need some ability, right? And Sung Jinwoo doesn't really start with one, so. And that's a big thing for me. Whenever I was building the deck, I felt like I needed half the deck to be XP cards, or else I just would not see them early enough and would not see them consistently enough. So
looks like Corey's gonna go with a build 3 here, which perfectly fine to do at this point.
Yep, and transformed.
He's like, I'm flipping right now. Manny looks like he's got some gas there. I'm all for that. And we're leading off with the bear bite. Like, all right, Corey's like, I'm gonna flash this one. I want to take the most reduced amount of damage.
Yeah, prevent the setup, right? Prevent the enhanced step. Prevent getting set up with additional effects. I am a little sad that we committed both Desperate Pleas, because that kind of tells me, that we're not planning to block, which is probably true against Midoriya a lot of the time. However, I feel like that's going to allow Corey to poke him in ways that he wasn't going to attempt before.
Yeah,
that's going to make Corey a lot more bold, I think, in his approach, because he's already transformed.
Yeah, it looks like we built. Is that a difficult decision? Is that what that was just built? It's the last one. I think that's the promo version. We're definitely doing a lot of like clearing, like discard an attack, draw a card. Like, hey, that's yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the promo. I can't tell that I know it's one of the weekly plays.
I see. Yeah,
I just can't remember which one it is. It's pretty sure it's the decision. Which, why not in this situation? Here comes some flurries.
We did get the level up there on our grinding overtime to also get the transform back up.
Yep,
definitely a huge part of this deck. But yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about. We might get a free poke in here with this Fodge and Flurry. In a world where we might not have, if our rival didn't commit 3 of our foundations, and even if it does get blocked, it is nowhere near as punishing as it would have been if we had the second Keikos and double, or at least one of the Desperate Pleas to build the foundation or to build the card that we blocked with into our stage. But this is a 10 mid for, I believe, 13.
Yep. Looks like we're gonna -3 damage with Bear. So we're just gonna we're gonna mitigate here at least a little bit. We went down to 16 or 14, so we took another 16. And we're gonna fail the heat tackle, and I think Corey's like, I don't need this heat tackle. I'm just gonna play it and see what happens. Like, I want +1 hand size though.
Yeah, I mean, Sung Jinwoo cheating hand size without really adding the cards to hand a lot of the time. Playing it from the discard pile.
Yep. All right, here comes another Chivalrous charge. We'll see what we can get here. Like, Corey's in a very, like, this is definitely one of those situations of, like, hey, the grind has started. Ooh. Don't see that happening often. We're playing grinding overtime.
Yeah, typically you see this one get removed at the end of the turn to level up.
Yeah, grinding overtime. Enhance your turn, level up. Just, hey, I want to level up right now. You can only play one copy's ability. And then you also have the response to remove to turn into the High Orc. But that's okay, we're going to jump a level. Like, why not right now? Let's get active. Let's get this. Let's go up to 3. Let's go up to level 3 and start being able to draw, like, get rid of these backups and draw some cards and gain some life. We can use the orcs to gain life back, to gain health.
Oh, it looks like the heat tackle's coming into play here.
Heat tackle does. There's like all that line. Like, all right.
Yep, building a couple of. Oh no, it looks like Looks like it built him a foundation when he removed it.
That's true.
He was worried if it would interact. But we got double Titans under orders built. That's our third one in stage. That means we have -9 damage if we get an enhanced step, which could be relevant with the filled without play that we saw from game 1. However, we're only at 14 health, so we have an effective 23 with an enhanced step, but much less without it. And here's Violent Anima Shot. Let's see if this is a bait to get rid of the filled without potentially.
I'm going to assume.
I mean, you really want to filled without this most of the time, but I feel like this could be a mistake if Corey is slick enough to have a win condition in his hand to play after this, and again potentially baiting out the filled without on a utility attack rather than the main win condition.
I mean, our hope here, we're going to bring down 3 speed, get it in block range. We can Keiko. I wish we had the second Keiko's up. Then we could probably have a chance. But we're going to, oof. Checking a 3. This is not the time we want to check a 3. I think he's going to just like, I'll take it. Because right now we can -6. I'm trying to do all the math here for this. We have we have the once per turn for -6. And then we go plus the 9. So we have -15. So
Not bad, not
21.
bad.
It's still, I think Corey's got to do the math. Got to math this a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like Corey didn't have his primary win condition, but he does have the Fodge in here.
Yep. And the Fodgen is...
We've got Manny at 6.
Yep. We're just going to do 2 activations, looks like. So, yeah, we're starting at 6 because we're starting at 6 speed. So, I mean, 2 activations occurred. And we just got to, like, Manny just got to, like, mitigate just enough and see what else you have.
Getting the bonus momentum from the... Oh. Gonna spend it for EX, get another bonus momentum.
Yep. I'm wondering if Corey has another attack to follow up with us. Like, hey, it's like I need to burn through all of your reduction right now to be able to then finish you off on the next one. Yep, it looks like, and we're gonna also pop back up draw card, which at this point we're just trying to find card. We're trying to move cards out of our deck essentially.
Yeah, trying to play a little safe, get a second chance to maybe grab a block at a card that could be coming after this. And it looks like we can see an attack in Corey's hand, and it is the Phantom Threat. So really playing it much more cautiously this time around. Now he's got the momentum for the powerful.
Yep.
But I don't think we used any.
We didn't set us up at all. We're playing like we do with like Yu-Gi-Oh style. We're coming in. We got to go to enhanced steps.
Yeah, he didn't want to commit the foundations in case he checked a 3. He would have failed it.
Yep.
But now this is a very, very average speed move. We're basically just banking on whether or not Manny has the right block zone, which, for all intents and purposes, he might not.
Yeah, I think he has a +3 high.
I guess he also has 2 cards in the card pool.
Yeah.
So this is a 5 speed, effectively 7.
Yep.
So even with the there's the Knight's Rest coming in.
Yep.
Even with the correct block mod, this could be a little dicey depending on what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So this is now effectively a 5 speed move with 2 cards ready to pass the block.
And we're at 0.
What a crazy draw.
Manny is, I want to say the word luck sacking.
Crazy draw.
But like
he top decked the +0 mid.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, that's why he's undefeated.
Yeah, that's pulling this together here.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I've won my fair share of games from top decking the right card. I almost feel bad when I do it now. Yep. Have you ever been in that position?
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you're like at a locals and someone's putting together like a really great turn and you just constantly keep drawing one card after the other and it keeps being like the correct block zone.
I have definitely in the past few weeks drawn like my hand, or like I have a one-off draw and I do the John hand thing and I just like roll my eyes back. It's like, yes.
Yeah. So I'm the opposite. I'm trying to lose at my locals, so I go down to no cards in hand. But I have to still play correctly because they're good enough to know if I'm sandbagging completely, And so I'm like, I have to draw one card and I draw a low block for their low attack. And I'm like, they'll know if I don't block this. Like, I'd have to like put the card away and shuffle it away first. So, yeah.
Looks like we're going to build out here. And I'm like, Kate, that's what you should be doing. Like, we got a loyalty of a friend built out. We are like Manny's in. I have plans. He can draw he can draw 5 cards over this turn. Like, it's not like he can draw a card every attack because he has, at least especially with the Titans, he can go like -3 damage, pop it, draw a card. Like if he needs to find more cards. Like Corey, and the thing is, Corey can't go for the nuke anymore. Still, he's just like, hey, I gotta build out more.
Oh, this is rough, and we're running out of time in the round. If there's a world where Corey never gets around to drawing another win condition, we could see Manny pull off a 1-0 sitting at 5 health.
Like, I would just, at this point, I would just be bear shotting it. Like, here's a bear.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
here it is.
That's all we need to do right now. We're just going to
bear plus monarch damage.
It's like, please flash every single bear. And then eventually you draw a second bear and you're like, now bear and monarch damage. Go. Like, I don't think Corey can flash this. Like, I don't think he wants to. He's like, hey, he says how you fill it. You got to fill without it. Yeah. He's like, I'm going to fill without this.
Yeah, now the throw keyword, not there anymore. We can block this and take no damage potentially.
Yep. And we're gonna block with a Goblin Bolt.
Nice. Pretty optimal stuff here. Take no damage from the throw. Get your cancel into the card pool to be utilized.
And we're gonna throw a Shadow Sorcery here because we don't have a Shadow Mage yet. So why not get another? Start filling up with those Shadow backups here. Strength in numbers. We're gonna ready to commit the one backup that does pretty much nothing at this point. I'm for that. Like I'm. This is a situation. This is like I didn't when we found this matchup for this round. I was like, okay, this is gonna be a little bit back and forth for me. Corey will eventually get there, but it's like the amount of penalty options that Manny has available to him is just slowing this deck to a crawl. I actually am enjoying like seeing a Deku deck get pushed around like this. It does not happen very often.
Yeah, and I mean for this game, I don't know. For game 2, I don't know how much Deku's getting pushed around, but he's certainly being put to the limits, and it's not easy. What would have been free wins in the past have really been a struggle for him here. So putting together a nice little string.
Yep.
I don't think, I could be wrong. I don't know how far we'll be able to get though, because one of the big issues is sacrificing the backups as you go makes you lose damage if you're not getting them back into the card pool by playing them at least. So we do see a little bit of bounce action here, getting one of our attacks back into our hand.
Look at all that we had to commit.
Yeah, but
we're still coming. Like Manny's has not. We're 4 attacks deep in this chain here. Everything is. And he's just like, I'm just going to keep pressing. Here's my damage button.
We're still going on this one. Double Goblin Bolt, though. So if Corey was ever in trouble, I think he could just cancel it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's the one you're like, I will cancel that. That'll hurt. We're going to give it. Yep, we're going to blow it up for 2 speed, and yep, we're going to cancel that one as well. It's okay, we got through the bolts, which we had to do there. Because here's the thing is, Corey, I think, if I remember looking at Corey's list, he's playing 4 bolts, and there's the other 2 are in the discard pile. So I think he's out of bolts.
Oof.
So going with that line will be interesting. And then look at Manny's just got all these cards in hand too.
And his whole stage is ready.
Yeah. Like I go to 16. Like, all right, something got through. Like I think you just play that Night's Rest and play like a couple speed reductions, and it's just checking so good. Look at this. Yeah. It's just like I'm just gonna build these. Build 2 more and pass.
Alrighty.
Like, Corey's right now playing for, I think he's kind of playing for the draw right now. Like, he's got to get this, he's got to finally draw something to finish this. Because I think Manny has I don't think he has any fill without in hand. So I think he's just very much on the, I can hold the board. You just got to hey, I can hold the board for a bit. I think Corey's just going to build out again.
I mean, the deck's offense is pretty limited. It's centered around 1 or 2 cards, and if you don't draw them, you're pretty much forced to build. That is the strength of the deck. That is the weakness of the deck.
Sure is.
Got some good hand advantage from the Heroic Passions, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, we're playing Deku with an 8 hand size, which is
true. Very, very solid game plan to be 8 hand size with text and 29 health.
Yep. But now it's going to come down to 1, 2, 3. All right, so no attack. So we just throw a bear. I think we just throw the bear again.
Right.
Throw the bear.
Grind him out. Enter the enhanced step. Maybe draw a card. Grind him out.
Every damage counts here. Because he has to flash it, obviously.
Oh, that would have been nice. Oh, I guess we're going to use it anyways. It's still on response on play.
Yep.
So we drew the Filled with Doubt from the Deku response, which means now we can block this with the mid and take no damage.
Wait, he Deku'd first?
Yeah.
So he sealed it, so now it lost flash.
Deku doesn't flash. He doesn't give it
Oh,
flash.
he doesn't give it flash. He just
Deku just
You're
has
right,
skip
you're
the
right,
enhanced step,
you're
which is
right.
actually crazier
yeah.
than giving it flash somehow.
Yep.
Yeah. Trust me, I've tried to seal my own attack against Deku. It doesn't work.
And we still partialed but we like, hey, well, guess what?
It doesn't shift, I guess.
Yeah, doesn't shift.
But I thought does he not have a bear in stage already?
He already does.
Yeah.
He's just gonna put that back in discard.
Interesting. Interesting stuff.
Yeah. We just pass with the zone coverage and go.
Maybe he made it a high and we missed that response too, because we were both looking at each other over the flash. I mean, Jesse, you're a boomer enough. You remember before the flash keyword, the attacks just said skip this attack's enhanced step.
Yup.
So I mean, if we apply the errata rules where those cards retroactively gain the keyword, then maybe Deku does flash attacks. But strictly speaking, that's not what it says on the card. Nope. So he doesn't give the keyword.
All right, let's see what we can do here.
Well, we're going to start by being an 8-hander.
Yep. Like, I want to see, I would really, like, it would be really funny if we have the Goblin Bolt. So if I think he's out of Goblin Bolts, but it'd be funny if, like, we're throwing lethal on a Goblin Bolt to win. It's like,
I thought he was going to do that for half a second. I thought he was going to try it when it was the only attack in his hand. Mm-hmm. You know, and I probably couldn't blame him, really.
Yep.
You know, if the math is mathing.
If the maths, why not? Here we go. We're just going to seal up and...
Nonagon hitting the table.
I think we have a attack. I really think at this point Corey's like in the... Because... The other thing is Corey's not playing, what is it, High Tide? Not High Tide, the Surf's Up.
Okay.
And he's not playing that attack, so he doesn't have, like, a big drop. So he's pretty much...
Oh, Hang 10.
Hang 10, sorry. Yeah.
When you said Surf's Up, I was
like,
is this a card I'm not familiar with?
Sorry, Surf's Up. I'm like...
It's not a bad nickname for the card.
It's like, Surf's Up, dude.
I used to love giving cards nicknames. I still do, really. I get yelled at every time I say it on commentary.
I know, same.
Because the IP license holder very much wants you to call it Hang 10.
Yep.
But Surf's Up is not a bad nickname.
All right, so we had the cycle. We lost... I don't think we lost the bear. Oh, we lost the bear.
Lost 2 answers to some pretty nasty attacks, but they're probably not going to be relevant in this matchup.
Yep.
And really, the most relevant thing now is we don't have a discard pile.
Yeah.
So we might sack a backup to get a target for our form.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a lot of people have complained that he has to sacrifice the backup to get -2 or +2 speed. Mm-hmm. And that is pretty tough when you're trying to get the big damage pump. But it gives you so much utility when you've got cards that build backups or play cards from the discard pile.
Yep. Like, I think at this point, like, he's at that, like, so Manny's using the deadlock on, the not deadly research, difficult decision, which is he just gets to look at the top card of his deck.
That's not very difficult at all.
No. He's like, oh. Because he could just use one of his draw effects. It's like, oh, I need to move this card around.
Right.
We're going to pick up our Chivalrous Charge. Or, yeah. All right, we're going to hit a block. We're going to go for the block here. And here comes the Chivalrous. 407. Just like it's just chewing away. I'm enjoying watching this deck being played very much. Like, and I know that sounds ever like oh, it's like so slow and grindy. I'm like, I love a good slow and grindy deck, Sam. Once in a while, like everybody says, I'm a king of aggro, but let me tell you, I have definitely in the last 6 months become a slow, grindy player when I feel like it. It hits so satisfying. Like watching the light of your opponent's eyes just shade away as they realize that they're just not going to get there.
I'm a fan of grindy decks. I don't think they necessarily have to be slow. And I think slow decks that have no grind are awful.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you've got the deck who is really slow and then it just flashbangs you and it's over. You know, I'd much rather be grinding the whole time. So I'm right there with you, you know. There's a new the KOF Challenger decks have a throw in it. They have 2 throws actually in the rival deck, which I thought that was kind of interesting. They put 2 throws in a Challenger deck. But they're really trying to push the envelope, you know. Dolores has a throw where you can add a foundation to the top of your deck and it's 8 damage now. It gets +3 damage and I'm like, we can finally grind. 8 damage throws is how we build grindy decks. So I'm pretty excited for that. What you're not excited for if you're Corey Nelson is that your rival is still attacking you.
Yep. And this is we're coming in with the throw. He's like, I can't flash this one. We're gonna ready. Yep, we do. Blow it up. No draw. Seal. We have seal. We have used the heat tackle, which is so interesting to see. You're like, oh.
Yeah, seal it in the card pool is very interesting for sure. I'm very surprised it doesn't
stats. Flip. That is big. Like we're at plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, plus 9 damage. It was like coming in hot. We're blocking with the filled with doubt. Okay. We are definitely like saying, isn't that? Oh, that's not. Why? Now I'm confused.
Was it not a block?
All right, Corey to 16. All right. I think we're just double checking some things here. We must have sealed it. Yeah. It must have been like Corey didn't want to do that, but he had to. And now we're going to fire this off because we finally checked one. It's like, all right, Corey. I threw 4 attacks again. What do you got?
We got flat.
We got fake flash.
Yeah, skip the enhanced step, put it to 0 speed.
It's like, all right.
Now, I do believe the players got a time extension from the judge during that one judge call that we had. So this timer is about to hit 0, but I don't believe that is time in the round for them.
I think they have like an extra minute or so. So unless Corey...
that's a question on the judge exam. Yeah. How many minutes until you issue a time extension? Do you know
5.
the answer to that one?
5.
That's what I answered. It doesn't tell you if you got it right or not, though, so I'm not 100% sure, because that is the only question I guessed on. That's the only question I didn't know for sure of the 10 on the judge exam.
Yep.
So I was not 100% sure if I got it right or not.
All right, here we go. Can Corey, more or less, he needs to, like, if this is last turn, like, if time, you know, if we are in time situation, if this is Corey's last turn, he's just got to go in. Like, he's just got to power shot you and hope. Like, what attack is getting gigantic?
That is what we're doing right now. Committed almost half our stage.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're just, like, counting it up. Like, we just have to, and the thing is we don't have a stopping for breakfast.
Yeah, we got ways to stop the damage reduction, but we don't have a way to stop the seal.
I want to see Manny block another one. I just want to see it.
No, I guess it still gets sealed. I was going to say, you could play an Animus shot and flash it, but that still gets beat by Filled with Doubt.
Yep.
Phantom Threat, okay.
All right.
Flash, very, very foreboding on the check there.
Yeah.
Now, we did see the Animus in hand, though, so it would be very interesting if this gets dealt with. but we see Manny commit all the way out like we did before, and then a Flash Violent Animus finishes the job. That would be interesting.
Yep. I think Manny's doing the. He's taking a sip of water. I would too. I would take a sip before this. Like, all right, what's apply damage? This is at 40 speed, I believe. Is that 40?
That's what it says on the tracker there.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's 10 activations. One.
Well, don't forget he gets. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think we're taking the draw.
Like
I think we're just gonna get. He's gonna like, yep, I'll take the draw. It's like,
Well,
we want this. That he's like,
I was gonna say, I don't think he has a choice in the matter.
yeah.
I don't think he's choosing to draw. I think these players ended 1-1 after the Phantom Threat comes through in the final hour, in the final seconds, in overtime, in round 4, to narrowly avoid taking a loss here. I believe both these players were undefeated going into this.
Yep.
Both of them avoiding a loss. So they're going to have pretty much their pick of the litter, but in the final round, they probably won't get to ID like players at the top
unless they're XO at the last. They could be.
XO1.
XO1 is perfectly fine.
XO2, you think will make it?
Oh yeah,
XO2. Okay, so
XO2 should be fine.
Maybe they can, but that's gonna do it for us with round 4 because that went to gonna have a whole lot of spiel for you. We are gonna go take a quick break, and we'll be back for round 5 action very soon. Please don't go anywhere.
Exactly.